Hey buddies, here I am coming to you from the third day of Wii U week. Yeah, it's the third day, right? We started on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll call it the third day. We played Scribblenauts yesterday, and it was awesome, just as expected. I think it's up there in the top three of the highest rated Wii U games in the lineup, and well warranted. It was awesome. I've been wanting to play Scribblenauts for a long time on the portable systems. Never got around to it for some reason. Apparently, this one people are saying is the best one out of the entire series. It's actually got more of a story than the previous ones did, and it's already available. You can already watch us playing it. It's been available since about 3 hours after the show yesterday at about 7 o'clock Pacific time. You'd know that if you were subscribing to our Facebook or Twitter. I posted it there, but not on YouTube because we only like to publish on YouTube once it's completely ready with all the annotations and the playlist has been refined and the keywords and all that stuff. Anyways, so if you're going to watch it, keep in mind, there's going to be parts where it seems like I'm disappointed. I nitpick everything, and you guys know that about me by now. Sometimes it sounds like I'm hating a game, but I love it, but I'm just a nitpicker. And I think I went into it with a little bit too high expectations. If I had gone in there not even knowing what Scribblenauts was, I would have been blown away by the concept. Like I was when I first heard about Scribblenauts. I was skeptical when I first heard about it. I said, there's no way you can just put in anything. And you can pretty much put in anything. But then, there's a caveat to that, because they use a lot of synonyms throughout to make sure that, they're prepared for anything. So, if you put in, say, there was a point where there was these sick teeth, like those novelty chomping teeth, and I needed to make them healthy. It was my duty as a doctor in this hospital. And so I created, instead of just a boring old dentist, I created an overzealous dental student, which I thought would come to hilarious results, like he would come in with too many tools and render the teeth to dust or something, but instead it just created it created a student. There's other cases where if you were to put in an overzealous dentist, it would just create a dentist. It wouldn't really it has limitations, and I accept that. It can't be like the most. It would be mind-blowing. It already is mind-blowing, I'm saying. I'm trying to give you get across that I love it, and I just was expecting maybe a little bit too much. But I have hope for the future of the series. Maybe there's going to be a point where it's just like, holy shit, look where they began with just creating anything, and now you can really create anything. It's awesome. One of the more, bewildering things, though, was that, you can't create it has odd limitations sometimes. We created kitties, like a cat, many times, and it would always create this little black cat. So I said, okay, white cat, and it wouldn't create a white cat. So I thought that was, out of all the things, weird, because I haven't tried it, but I'm sure you can create. I heard you can create things like polka dot elephant. So why can't I create a white kitty? Doesn't matter. We're going to go back to it because not only was it awesome, but it's fun problem solving with both the chat and us. We're all coming up with ideas. Once we get the major requests out of the way, so we can shut everybody up about Cthulhu and God versus Satan and all these other things. It's just the reason I was a curmudgeon about that is just that's just kind of typical, because it was already in the trailers and everybody wants to see these things. It's like, let's come up with something that nobody's thought of in the trailers or other Let's Plays. But anyways, it was fun. So Scribblenauts probably a must buy on the Wii U if you have the Wii U. Using the pad with it, I can't compare to the portable versions, but using the pad is probably just as natural as using two screens on the 3DS or the DS. I liked that I actually ended up abandoning my setup with the crane arm and the camera because I didn't need it. It represented everything on screen that I was seeing down there, except I had a few extra icons, but everything I typed in popped up on the screen. You didn't see my keypad, but why would you need to when you see everything typing out? And then there was also a mode where you press a star to see who needs help, and it makes them glow. You don't see that on screen, but it didn't really matter, I don't think. Everybody knew what was going on. So Scribblenauts Unlimited. We are going to return to it. Not sure if it'll be a long haul, but we'll give it another try. And it did have multiplayer, which I didn't know about going into it. The people I would assume up to 4 people with Wiimotes can jump in, and they get represented by a ring on the screen, and they can take control of certain things, and specifically animals and people, but I think they can also manipulate objects. I know that Becky at one point became a fan, I think, and jumped into water that I was standing in and electrocuted me to death. This is kind of spoilers because, sorry, but in the show, she tried not to take the blame. I was blaming Ben, and she thought she would get away with it. But it's worth watching. Check out that playthrough. It's short and fun. I just want to address Nintendo Land, or Nintendo Land, the Minecraft episode. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying that I'm too cynical. Often people say I'm too cynical going into a Minecraft build. I thought people knew by now that that's my shtick. I'm hard on everybody. It's supposed to be like just like I am Ben or Deacon or anybody. I make fun of them. Everybody in the server trolls me. I troll them. The chat trolls me. I troll them. But it seems like there are some very serious people in the comments of YouTube saying Fraser ruins it when he's angry, and like, I don't know. Maybe I'll work on how I get that across, but I'm just having fun. However, at the same time, there was some impatience for me that night. They do have some points, because I had been up for like 16 hours leading up to that, editing the show and trailer. Show and trailer came down to the line, getting it out, just because that's how they are, working on that as well. And I also, right before the show, my ability to use the controller, which I've been doing to help my wrists in Minecraft shows, didn't work. So I was using a mouse, which I hate doing on the couch because it really hurts. And I'd already been working for so long. They were like inflamed. I put them on ice after the show. And then the other thing is that Nintendo Land, the reason I proposed it specifically with that name was that it was supposed to be kind of like a crappy-ish theme park. And I expected the actual build to be like very quick because they only had a week to build it. But I don't know why I thought that, because every time that I give any build challenge, the server does the most ridiculous over-the-top stuff, and it was like a 3-hour build, which I wasn't expecting. I thought that it would only be... Why'd I think that? I thought it would be like an hour, and it wasn't, and they put tons of effort into it, and it was awesome. So I went into it also with the attitude that this is going to be a build to make fun of, because I kind of expected them not only to not have enough time to make something amazing, but the point was kind of to make a crappy theme park, but they didn't. They made an amazing theme park. So just keep that in mind when you watch the Minecraft shows. I don't hate the Minecrafters in the server. I love them. They're amazing, and it's just that maybe that's not coming across right. I'll work on it. Today, Call of Duty Black Ops. I just got a reserved Pro controller. Finally tracked one down at Future Shop. I'm going to go grab that. And we're going to do comparison shots of the 360 version versus the Wii U version. We're going to explore the Wii U version all the way out, just really get into it. And Ben and I will do some multiplayer on the Wii U version. Probably, maybe a quick death match, but probably mostly zombies. And then we're going to follow that up, I think, if we have time. I do believe we will play Little Inferno. And another downloadable title, Mighty Switch Force. Is there any other downloadable titles we could check out? I think I'm going to check out that one where you are shooting guys on a cell. You're flying around the cell and killing viruses. I forget the name of it. We didn't download it yet, but I think that would be nice. We'll do 3 little mini titles. We'll see how much time we have. We don't need to dress up for these, so they'll be easy. And so come by, check it out today at... let's say 2 o'clock Pacific time. That time is subject to change, but I'm going to aim for that. Otherwise, things are going well. The Wii U is pretty awesome, and I'm going to... oh, by the way, going to check out Darksiders, I think, sometime this week. It's getting great reviews on the Wii U, just like it did on everything else, and I'm going to... Ben and I have talked about how we don't feel that interested in the title, just because it just... I don't know. Nothing struck our funny bone for it. We're not excited about it, but the reviews can't be lying, right? Like, many of them say it's amazing, so let's check it out. And it's THQ, and they need some help. And I hope this game does well for them, because let's not lose THQ. They for all their mistakes business-wise, they have been a good gaming company. I think. I can't remember anything that annoys me about them. I'm rambling, so I'm going to get out of here, go get that Pro Controller, and get prepared for a little bit of a complicated setup for the Black Ops show. I love you guys. Continue watching us for all of this Wii U week. There is a lot more to come. It's going to bleed into a 2-week Wii U week, of course. So see you later, buddies. I love you.